Welcome to Mishna study, Masechet Maaser Sheni Perek Bet Mishnah Yud. Over here in this last Mishnah, we're going to speak about a family who some of these children are tameh, some are tahor, some are pure, some are impure, and they want to eat together, right? They want to eat at the same, Shabbat table. They all came to Jerusalem. Their father, rented a place in the old city, and all the families sitting out together at the table. And the dad wants to go ahead and serve Maaser Sheni to his children, but the tameh children are not allowed to eat Maaser Sheni. Maaser Sheni is considered kodesh. So what could he do? How does he go ahead and how does he use his Maaser Sheni money while at the same time letting all his family eat together at the same table? Right? It's a nice concept, right? That even people are allowed to eat certain things, right? Even it's not just different kashrut standards. People, right? The people at tahor are allowed to eat Maaser Sheni. The people at tameh are not allowed to eat Maaser Sheni. Now they want to eat together as a family. How could they do so? Where the father could still use his Maaser Sheni money in Jerusalem, right, to spend it because he's in Jerusalem now and he needs to spend his Maaser Sheni money. How could he go ahead and do so? So Mishayu Miktzat Banav Tameim Miktzatam Teorim, a person has some of his children are Tameh, some of his children are Tahor. Maniach et Sela, he takes his Sela, his silver coin and Maaser Sheni, and he says, Ve'omer, Ma sheteorim shotim, Sela zo mechudedet alav. Right? What does he do? He goes ahead and he takes a separate Sela, right? Different, non-Maaser Sheni money, and he bought wine. Right? He bought some wine. Now everyone could drink from this wine, but he wants to use his Maaser Sheni money, and he wants this, he wants this wine to come from his Maaser Sheni. So what does he do? He says, what the tahor children, the pure children are drinking, right? The pure children are allowed to drink Maaser Sheni. So he says, what they drink from this bottle of wine, that is going to be mehulal, right? It's going to transfer over the kedusha onto this coin, right? With a pure drink, this selah will be redeemed for it, right? So he's basically saying that whatever you drink from this wine, that's going to come from this other selah, this other coin that I put on the side, and all of that money is going to be drawn from my Maaser Sheni money. It ends up being that the tameh children and the tahor children are both drinking from the same bottle, from the same jug, right? So it's very interesting, as we pointed out. Now, there is an important condition over here that we're mentioning, and that is that what they're drinking from, right? First of all, what kind of tuma? First of all, what they're drinking from needs to be from a kli chayres. The bottle that they're drinking from, right? If they're both lifting the bottle, that could be a problem, right? Imagine they're both taking a glass bottle and they're both pouring it. So if they're both pouring that from that same glass bottle, then they're going to make it tameh. That's a problem. Right? You can't go ahead and make that wine tameh. If you're going to make that wine tameh, then you can't go ahead and transfer Maaser Sheni. You can't call it Maaser Sheni. So how could it be that they're both drinking from the same bottle and the wine itself is not becoming tameh? So Rambam addresses this, and he says there's one case, right, where you have a certain type of bottle, and that's an earthenware bottle, which does not become tameh through someone touching it. There's something unique about an earthenware bottle. If you have an earthenware bottle, the only way that kli chayres becomes tameh is from airspace, right? So you could have something that falls into the airspace of a kli chayres, right? It doesn't even touch it. It would make that whole bottle and the contents tameh. But let's say a dead person touches the outside of a kli chayres, touches the outside of this bottle, it doesn't become tameh. Right? It's something unique about a kli chayres. So if it doesn't become tameh, okay, that's great. Then the wine inside stays tahor. So you have to say that the bottle that they're drinking from is a kli chayres, right? And that's how they're all able to drink. One more thing, that what kind of tuma is it? It needs to be something similar to, let's say, tumat met, right? Someone who came in contact with a dead body. But someone who's a zav or a zava, right? Those are, they had these, bodily emissions that made them tameh. We know there's something unique about those tumot, and that is not only do they make things tameh through touching, they also make tameh other things tameh through carrying something, even if they're not touching it, but they're carrying it, right? They're moving it, right? Better yet, they're moving it. If they move an item, that item becomes tameh, right? So even if it's in a klicheres and they move it, it would still become tameh. So the two conditions that we need to say what this Mishnah is talking about is, firstly, is we're talking about a klicheres, right? It's in an earthenware vessel, and the type of tuma is not a zav, not as any type of zav or zava, and that's really an interesting Mishnah, right? A lot of laws of Tumah and Tahara, a lot of laws of Maaser Sheni that really help sum up this perek.